We gotta watch 10 minutes of this video because I was thinking about this shit earlier today, gang. Let me explain this shit to y'all boys. Hold on, bro. Cause y'all gotta know, look, outer space is like serious, gang. Me and bro was talking about this shit. We seen a picture, right? It was trying to tell us that there was a rip in the atmosphere type shit. Like it was a rip in the atmosphere, you feel me? So then I'm like, damn, you think outer space real type shit? Bro was like, duh, outer space real, dumb ass nigga. But I'm like, hold on, like, you never, like, you feel me? You've never been out of space. Like, everything we know, they told to us, for real, for real. You feel me? But we were just talking about it, woo, 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 woo. Then we started watching videos and shit. It's this big ass cloud that protect us from everything else outside the solar system, fam. So it's on some shit like, is this shit man-made, bro? You feel me? Like, is this shit man-made? Like, is this natural? Just natural occurrence for us to just be so protected, so perfect. We just in the habitable zone. Everybody's just flourishing, plants. Come on, chat. Shit don't sound right. Yo, we got the Oort cloud, the solar system shell. Shout out to C for the content. I don't own the copyrights to this content right here. Welcome to the Motion family. Road to 5 million. If you ain't got no family, you got one now. Let me get the green screen back up for y'all. Hold on. Y'all tell me if my reaction's getting better or worse too, bro. Y'all gotta let me know if I'm like progressing with this shit or I ain't really, you feel me? Cause yeah, I can't be having me on here just doing and just going and then my shit not really going, you know?
Voyager 1 is a space probe which launched in 1977 as part of NASA's Voyager program for studying the outer solar system. A cold, vast, and mysterious expanse.
Yo, I'm not gonna be talking that much because I'm learning too. So y'all boys just sit back and learn with me, you feel me?
Away from the warmth of the sun.
We only gonna watch like 12 minutes of this video though. We're not gonna watch the whole video.
Voyager 1 completed flybys of the gas giant planets and their moons within 3 years, and by the 1980s, the probe was on a trajectory out of the solar system and into interstellar space, the final, extended part of its mission. In the nearly 40 years it has been travelling since.
So chat, y'all know what interstellar space is, right? Because I know I got a lot of grade, you know, a lot of undergrads in the chat. Interstellar space is like outside of the solar system. That's some shit that's like way, way far out. You feel me? The solar system, y'all know that's just us and the 8 planets. You feel me? You feel me? That's the sun, and you know, that's just you know. Y'all boys follow.
Mankind has managed to study all 8 of the solar system's planets, as well as the handful of circumstellar belts that lie in between. However, the solar system is enormous, extending over billions of kilometers, and the space between these star systems is even larger. Voyager 1 travels at around 17 kilometers per second, covering just under 1.5 million kilometers a day, yet it will not approach by another star in the galaxy for some 40,000 years.
Damn, so gang, we released a probe inside of space, and it's not gonna reach the next star for the next 40,000 years, bro. We're gonna be long gone by the time that happened. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, how far really is this shit? Because it's like I can't even piece in my mind how far it is, you know? I'm trying to visualize it, but it's not making real sense.
During this long, lonely voyage into the wilds of the galaxy, the probe will pass beyond the icy reaches of the outer solar system, lying deep in the boundaries of interstellar space. It will eventually become the first man-made probe in history to reach the very outer edge. But what lies at the outer edge of the solar system? It's not a planet, and it's not a belt like we see in the inner solar system. It is, in fact, a huge diffuse cloud of trillions of icy objects, a kind of shell for the solar system, probably extending into space for over a light year.
So it's thick, like that shit thick. You gotta know how thick the shell is that they talking about. And then it's like we have a shell that's like crazy, that like we naturally got a shell like a turtle, or did somebody make the shell?
It is the Oort cloud.
So we trying to see.
The Oort cloud is a hypothetical bubble of icy space debris which extends around the entire solar system, ranging in sizes from particles right up to mountain-sized fragments. The vast majority of these fragments consist of water and methane, among a number of other elements and compounds. Unlike the orbits of the planets and belts in the inner solar system, which are all aligned with the rotating orbital plane of the Sun, the Oort cloud is a giant, all-encompassing shell of material.
Hey, look at that, gang. We got a shell. We protected from all type of other shit coming trying to hit us. And we got this shell where none of this stuff be coming and killing us, hitting us. He said it's trillions of objects that don't coming down and hit us, gang. That's like, how does it not come down and hit us? That makes no sense.
Material which surrounds the solar system
controlled.
at a
It's
distance
just a controlled
thought to be
environment,
several
and we just
thousand
thrive
times
like
further
what?
than the orbit of the Earth. It is thought to expand out into interstellar space for trillions of kilometers and is the most distant area of our solar system, defining the boundary of the Sun's Hill sphere, the farthest point at which it is able to attract satellites with its gravity. Out here, the Sun is nothing more than a particularly luminous star amongst the many billions of others in the Milky Way. Because its contents are only weakly attracted to the Sun, objects in the Oort cloud do not orbit along its plane or travel in the same direction. Instead, fragments shift, move, and tussle each other. Their loose attraction makes them particularly sensitive to gravitational disturbances from nearby stars and also from the galaxy itself, which can send objects within the Oort cloud on trajectories towards the Earth and the Sun as comets.
So they
Due
do
to its
come
sheer
down
distance,
sometimes,
darkness,
but
and sparsity, no object has ever been conclusively identified within the Oort cloud, but it remains the most widely accepted explanation for the source of the distant comets that we see entering the solar system.
So 3i Atlas probably came from the
and
Oort
all those
cloud,
beyond
you
the
feel me?
orbit of Neptune are known as trans-Neptunian objects, and the distances of these objects from the Sun increases by orders of magnitude the further out you go. When we cross beyond the orbit of Neptune, the distance from the Sun is so immense that we have to think in terms of astronomical units rather than kilometers. An astronomical unit is the distance at which Earth orbits the Sun, about 150 million kilometers. At 5 astronomical units, so 5 times further than the Earth, is the
Monkster, what you on? Cuz we gotta fly in Florida slums. What we on, gang?
snow line.
Right now, I got them boys on some science shit right now, man. We watching some science vibes right now. We got the Oort cloud, the solar system shell. Welcome to the chat, man.
The boundary beyond which it is cold enough for water and other substances to exist as ices in a solid form, resulting in lots of extra material further out from the Sun. Neptune orbits at about 30 astronomical units.
Damn.
Beyond the orbit of Neptune is the Kuiper Belt,
Bro, that's far as fuck, gang. Like, what the fuck?
a thick, spinning, donut-shaped disk of billions of pieces of ice and rock left over from the solar system's formation. The Kuiper Belt extends from Neptune to around 50 astronomical units away. Contained within are about 100 million comets, as well as minor planets and planetoids like Pluto, Kuaoa, Makemake, and even Neptune's moon of Triton, which is thought to have formed within the Kuiper Belt before being captured by Neptune's gravity. The Kuiper Belt is one of the furthest and most remote places in the solar system, but even these immense distances do not compare to the scale of the Oort cloud. Light, travelling from the surface of the Sun at the scale
I hate when it shows us this representation of the shit spinning around, though, because it make it seem like the Sun not moving, gang. The Sun is moving like this around the whole Milky Way, you feel me? So this shit moving like this, you know? That bit going in circles like up
the
toward,
Oort cloud.
like that bit going
Light,
up. It be
travelling
trying to,
from the
like,
surface
make us
of the
feel-
Sun
hold
at
on.
just under 300,000 kilometers per second, takes about 4.5 hours to reach Neptune's orbit, before taking another 3 hours to cross out the other end of the Kuiper Belt. It then travels for another 10 hours or so, before reaching the heliopause, where the solar wind and plasma radiating away from the Sun collides with the radiation and gas of the interstellar medium between stars, like a galactic estuary, marking the end of the Sun's magnetic field influence and the boundary of interstellar space. But even this space is only within 17 hours of light travel time, at about 123 astronomical units from the Sun. The Oort cloud's inner edge is much further, at least 10 light days from the Sun, maybe even further. completely dwarfing the scale of the planet and the Kuiper Belt.
Like what?
The cloud's inner edge is thought to begin at about 2,000 astronomical units, 40 times further away than the outer edge of the Kuiper Belt. And that is just the innermost point. The full structure is thought to extend as far out as 100,000 astronomical units, over a light year into interstellar space. And so, while it takes nearly a fortnight for light to reach the inside, it takes 18 months to cross out the other end, even at the fastest speed in the universe.
Just you, building your...
That's insane. It take 1.5 years to get through that cloud, going at the speed of light. Think about that shit.
Much of the material left over in the early solar system settled into belts in the inner solar system, like the Kuiper Belt. So the question is, how did all of the material in the Oort cloud get so far away? Well, much like the Kuiper Belt, the Oort cloud is believed to have formed, in part at least, from the remains of the protoplanetary disk which formed the solar system and the sun's orbital plane. Matter condensed into dust and rocks, which eventually formed large pieces of protoplanetary chunks called planetesimals. There are multitudes of these in the early solar system, and most were either swept up into the gas giants or ejected as the gravity of Jupiter in particular scattered them beyond the snow line and on a trajectory to their distant, remote position. Trillions of pieces of debris settled into the belts we see in the inner solar system today, but the rest was flung out beyond the reaches of the planets. Much of this material would have left the solar system entirely, travelling into other star systems, possibly into similar clouds around other young stars. But not all objects would have been lost to space. Some planetesimals settled when they reached interstellar space,